and welcome to the channel. Today what we're going to do is we are going to talk about solution packaging for Power Virtual Agents. This is part 3 of a multi-part series, and in today's episode we are going to focus on how you go ahead and add a new topic to an existing Power Virtual Agent solution package. With that said, let's get right into the content. So let's talk about why this episode is important. First off, we have talked about how to pack up your bot and move it from one environment to another environment in previous episodes of this multi-part series. And so that included packing up your bot manually and then also using Azure DevOps as a way to streamline that process and to include some automation for you to go ahead and move your bot from one environment to another environment. But what happens once you've gone live and life's good and all of a sudden you're going to respond back to some change in bot? Maybe you've got a new use case, a new scenario that you want to go ahead and attack. How do you go about updating your bot to include this new topic? And that's what we're going to focus on today. Before we dive deeper into the content, I wanted to let you know about an emerging community found at serverlessnotes.com. This is a community resource that covers best practices, tips, and latest announcements built on contributions by technology enthusiasts from around the globe. On serverlessnotes.com, you'll find content related to Power Automate, Azure Logic Apps, Azure Service Bus, Azure Functions, and much, much more. Serverlessnotes.com is brought to you by Serverless 360, a portal that is focused on operations and support for Microsoft Azure serverless resources. Now, this is a complementary tool to the Azure portal, and it helps organizations in supporting Azure serverless applications. You can find out more about Serverless 360 at serverless360.com. Okay, so the key to all of this actually working, and we're going to go through a live demo, so don't worry too much about it, is we do need to go ahead and update our chatbot. And the way we're going to do that is through our solutions mechanism. So in part 1, we would have already created a solution. We would have had our V1 version of our bot, all of the related dependencies, topics, any flows that might be included, etc. And we go ahead and we export it and we go ahead and promote it or import it into a higher level environment. But when we want to go ahead and update our bot, what we need to do is to find the chatbot. So within our solution, we're going to go ahead and find the type and then find our chatbot. And then what we need to do is go ahead and click on Add Required Components. And then what it'll do is it'll suck in any dependencies, including our new topic that we've recently added. So with that said, let's go ahead, let's run through a demo and just see this in more detail. Okay, so we are in our solution. We are in our dev environment, as you can see right here. And let's go ahead and check out our bot. And so what I'm going to do is flip to my dev environment, make sure we're in the same environment, and we are going to select our update topic bot. So let's just go ahead and let's take a look at all of the topics that exist. And this is a pretty straightforward bot, so we're not going to go through a lot of complex scenarios here. I just want to be able to illustrate the point. So what we have here is a series of topics that I've used as part of my testing. And we can see right now that we don't have a 5th topic. So let's go ahead and let's create a 5th topic, and we'll just call it my 5th topic. And then for trigger phrases, we can just keep this really simple and just add a couple trigger phrases. Then let's go to the authoring canvas and just provide a very simple message here. And let's go ahead, let's save. Now, it is a good practice just to publish. Make sure you always have your most latest version of your content published, but that's not overly important for this particular scenario. So let's flip back and let's go back to our solution explorer for our bot inside of our dev environment. So let's go over back to Power Automate. We're in dev, and let's go ahead and let's just refresh. Let's refresh this page. And let us see if we can find our 5th topic. And what's going to happen is we're not going to see it. And so if you go ahead and, so here let's sort this by, well, I guess we can't do that. We can go ahead and deploy this, but if we deploy it, we're going to be missing out on our 5th topic. And let's search here just to make sure. And so no matches found. So how do we go about getting that fifth topic essentially from our runtime back into our solution so that we can package it? So let's go ahead and let's find our bot, our chatbot. So here let's click on chatbot, and then let's click on add required components. And once we do so, we will discover that our fifth topic has now emerged. Okay, and sure enough, now we have our fifth topic. So now I have the option of using either of the mechanisms we've showed before in the past to go ahead and export this particular solution. For now, we'll just go ahead and do this manually, but I have tested this with the DevOps ALM and it does work as well. Okay, now we can see we have our exported solution, and I'm just going to grab the path for that specific solution. So let's go ahead and flip over to our new environment, or our build environment. Now this is just called build. It could also be called test or QA or staging, whatever makes sense for you and your organization. And here we can see that we do have the solution because, as I mentioned, we've gone through this life cycle once before, but we don't have our latest topic. We don't have our fifth topic. We only have our fourth. So let's go ahead and let's click on solutions, and let's go ahead and import our solution. Let's choose our file. And this will take a few moments. Okay, we can see our solution has been imported successfully. Let's go ahead, let's click close. Let's now click on our solution, and sure enough, here is our fifth topic. So that's working as expected. So let's now go ahead into our build environment. Just make sure everything's still working. Select our update topic bot. Let's now just click on topics. Make sure we can see it. Let's just click on it just so we can see when we trigger it that it does light up. And how we light it up is by simply typing in 5. So let's go ahead, let's test our topic. Now, I always find it's just a good idea to hit reset when you do import new topics, just to make sure the bot is able to be refreshed and pull the latest topics available. So let's go ahead, let's do that, hit reset, then go ahead and trigger off your topic, and we should find that sure enough, it does respond to us. So that concludes the demo. I hope this was valuable, and now it's very clear how you go about refreshing a bot and adding new topics, just ensuring that you're pulling the latest from the runtime and including it in your solution prior to packaging. All right, well, with that said, that concludes this episode, and we'll check you out later on the channel. Thanks for watching, and please go ahead and like and subscribe.